Michael Bassett's speech today is entitled Meditations on a New Year's Resolution. Yes, it's that time of the year again, and with New Year's brings promise of New Year's resolutions. Today, Michael is reminding us of some back to the basics, common sense ideas to make your resolutions easier. If your resolution is to lose a little weight. Meditations on a New Year's Resolution, Michael Bassett. Michael Bassett, Meditations on a New Year's Resolution.
Fellow Toastmasters and my special guest, welcome to 2012.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of it, the other day I was looking through a magazine and almost every page I opened up was advertisements for weight loss. So it kind of got me thinking, this has got to be about the #1 resolution. Well, I got a little bit of a head start on that resolution this year. About the middle of October, stepped out of the shower and my wife looked right at me and said, "Mike, you gotta lose some weight." So I stepped on the scale, looked down, 225 pounds, and I decided, yeah, it's time to lose some weight. So I pulled out an old friend, The Abs Diet by David Zinzenko, who's the chief editor of Men's Health magazine. Started reading through it, and over the next couple months, I shed off about 20 of those pounds. Got down to about 205. Of course, then Christmas and New Year's came, so I put about 5 back on. But now that we're past all the good food, I can start going back on this again. But while I was doing that, I didn't warn her that I was going to do this, but I was watching my wife get up in the morning, prepare her lunch, go to work. During her lunch hour, she would go to the gym, work out like a horse. I've heard all the work that she's done, running up and down stairs and everything. And about the beginning of December, she told me, "I'm not losing any weight." I just kind of kept it secret that I was losing weight, and she didn't really notice yet. So I got that head start. But I want to tell you a few things that I learned to help me with this head start. The human body has about 30 million fat cells in there. And in the fat cells is this greasy substance. Sorry that we're all eating lunch still, but there's this greasy substance called lipids. And the lipids go in and out of the fat cells as we gain and lose weight. Well, the fat cell can only get so large. And after that, that cell gets so big and it separates into 2 cells. So that it can now hold that greasy substance, the lipid. Now we've got 2 of these to deal with. When we lose the weight, the lipids leave, and we gain the weight back. Now we have 2 fat cells. We get bigger, now that's going to separate, and we've got more. So we're expanding these. The fat cells will fill with the lipids. They'll shrink down, but they don't leave. The fat cells stay there. It's the lipid, that greasy substance, that goes away. So that's why it's so hard for us to lose the weight, because we can't get rid of those fat cells. Now, the way that we burn the calories, the lipid is calories being stored in our body. But the way we lose that is metabolism. Metabolism is the rate at which we burn calories, whether it be the food that we're eating now or that greasy substance in the fat cells. So the way we want to keep this going is to keep our metabolism going. Georgia State University researchers found that if you have there's an hourly rate at which your body metabolizes calories. And if you can keep that hourly rate with a deficit or a surplus of 300 to 500 calories, you're going to metabolize those calories the best. You're going to burn those calories off the best. If you get over that 500 calories, then your body says, oh, let's lay down on the couch and start stuffing the fat cells with the lipid. You get underneath it, your body's gonna say, oh, wait a minute, I'm in starvation mode. Let's take it easy here and not burn the calories so fast. So if you can maintain that hourly rate in between 300 to 500 calories plus or minus, that's going to be the best place to do it, to lose the weight. So how do we do this? We graze throughout the day. Instead of having a big meal 3 times a day, split up your meals into like 6 smaller meals. Start early and have breakfast. That gets metabolism going all through the day. Keep eating small portions all the way through the day, and that will help to keep that in the deficit target area, or in the deficit surplus target area. And finish the day with a snack. Now, in here, I found there is the University of Massachusetts analyzed the eating habits of 500 men and women and found out what their eating habits did to affect the risk of obesity. And they found that by eating 1 midday snack, you reduce the risk of obesity by 39%, just by having that little extra meal to kill the appetite around dinner time. What they also found is that going to bed hungry 3 hours after your last meal or snack is going to increase your risk of obesity by 101%. And for those of you that skip breakfast, and this is your first meal of the day, you've just increased your risk of obesity by 450%. I know some people don't like to eat breakfast. I know I live with 2 people that don't like to eat breakfast. This is something to go get and eat that breakfast and keep it going and keep your metabolism going, keeping that target, burn those calories. So what I'm here today to say is not, I'm not going to try and say what to eat, because we all know what to eat. We know that we should stay away from fattening foods. We know what the fattening foods are. We want to, but the thing is to eat throughout the day. Adjust your eating habits. And one good thing to do is when you go to the refrigerator and open up and you start looking around for something to eat, I have a mantra that kind of goes through my mind as I'm looking through the refrigerator or the pantry. It's like, eat to live, not live to eat. And this way, I know that what I'm going to eat is going to be something that's going to try to get me in that target, rather than reach for the chocolate pie or the chocolate cake that's up there on the top shelf, which is going to add empty calories. Eat to live, not live